Hey guys, welcome back. So this video is a little bit different. It's a expat tag video, my first one. I have never been tagged before, so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so I was tagged in this video by fellow YouTuber Tyrone Rodriguez, and he is a fellow expat from England who lives in Valencia. I'll leave some information below so that way you can check out his channel. I highly recommend it. The first question is, where were you born and where do you live? I was born in Linwood, California, which is in the same county as Los Angeles. But now I live in the island of Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. The next question is, why did you leave your city? Well, I actually lived in Seattle. Even though I was born in Los Angeles, when I was 19, I moved to Seattle, Washington. And I've lived there for about 16 years. And I did like it, except for the weather. The weather was bad, but I loved everything else about it. The reason why I left is because I just wanted to do something different. Something new, something exciting, and I definitely found that when I came to Spain. My life here has been like an adventure. The next question is, what is the hardest and easiest part about adjusting to a new place? I would say the hardest part was probably the language, because I didn't speak Spanish when I first came, and it almost seemed impossible, but I did it, so it wasn't as impossible as I thought it would be. I would say the easiest part would probably be making friends. I thought it would be difficult, but I made friends and we didn't even speak the same language. It was like people would use Google Translate, whatever we could to communicate. And it was actually easier than the US, where we do speak the same language. Go figure. So post photos and images of your experience. So I have these videos of my experiences. As you can see, it's like paradise. And one other thing I like is that everything is different. Every place in Spain is so unique and so different, and the landscapes vary completely. I mean, when I was living in Barcelona, the neighborhoods were so different, I felt like I was living in a fairy tale. Next question is favorite drink. This is a tough one. I like red wine, and my favorite red wine in Spain is anything Ribera. I love it. A friend of mine introduced me to this wine when I was in Madrid. She said, you know what? Spain is a wine country. You need to try Ribera at least. And I loved it ever since. I do like beer. My favorite beer, I have two. Dorada and Galicia Estrella. I like those two beers. I like Dorada a little bit more. It's smooth. It can be a bit strong, I mean, as far as the alcohol content, but actually it's like the same as Estrella, but it just seems stronger. I don't know. The taste is really good. Here on the island, Tropical, it's a beer called Tropical, and it is popular in the Canary Islands. Very popular. There's a picture of a dog, and there's a story behind that dog in the Canary Islands, but it's not my favorite. The next question is, any cultural norms that you can't stand? This is an interesting question. There's two things. I cannot stand how late Spanish people have dinner. As Americans, we have dinner around 6:37, somewhere around that time, but here it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm used to it, but it's still something I just don't like. It's something that I had to get used to. The other thing that I can't stand, as being a black person, I hate seeing blackface. And it's not... See, I believe Spanish people have the stereotype of being racist primarily because of blackface. Because if you go to any party, any carnival, you'll see blackface. And they're not racist. They don't understand a lot of the histories, the stories, a lot of things outside of Spain. Sometimes they'll ask me, why is this racist? And I have to explain, and then they're like, oh my God, I had no idea. I had no idea. And I talked about this a little bit in one of my videos. I think it was Being Black in Spain video. And it's still one of the things that I don't like. But again, I have to get used to it. The people, you know, they're not racist, but they will make fun of everybody. They don't care who the person looks like. You know, so during Halloween, all these types of events where you have to dress up, you will find people in blackface. And the last question is, will you ever go back home? Okay, so I have not been home since I left. My family has came to visit me. We had fun. But I mean, I'll go back to visit. I would like to go back this year, but as far as to live, no. No. I love Spain. You know, it's not perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect, but in general, I love Spain. I like the way I'm treated. I like my friends. Everyone's like a family. You know, I'm in a relationship. It's like I have a life here. You know, I love my job and I don't stress out. I get to just enjoy life. So overall, I love it, and I don't plan on ever moving back to the US, but you know, to visit my friends and family, yeah, definitely. So that's all the questions for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, my little expat tag. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have a comment, please feel free to leave me a comment, and I will see you in my next video. Ciao, hasta luego.